2024 for Max King is a massive year. End of 2022, training, accident, shoulder, done. And then 2023, came back and then also suffered another shoulder injury against Melbourne. It's been a tricky couple of years for Max. 2022, he did play 22 games in the end, which was great. And that was his best return, 52 goals, 41 behind. So nearly 100 shots on goal there. Only the 11 games in 2023, but a return of 28 goals and 12 behind. So that kicking that everyone talks about, significant improvement there. Obviously a small sample size, but that's 40 shots. He's had 28 that's gone through the big sticks. So that's not bad. We've seen what he's capable of. We know the quality player that we have here. He's 23 years old. He's 202 centimeters, and he's shown us glimpses, and then we've seen just some bad luck that has really stopped him from probably taking the AFL by storm. And it's funny because he's kicked 52 goals already in a season, and he's under 25 years old, playing in a very difficult position in a team that's not been really at that level. The stars haven't quite aligned for Max just yet in terms of the team humming perfectly and him getting a clean run at it. This year, the team was humming for the majority of the season. We made finals, but he only played the 11 games, which again is a negative, but it's also a positive because we covered him pretty well. But then in other seasons, we've not performed that well, and he's played every game and on a personal level has been pretty decent. 2024 for me is massive because I feel like he's getting into full training. So this week coming, I think he's hitting the ground running. He's been doing laps for the majority of the preseason so far, but that's going to change now into full training. And the team is looking pretty good on the park. You know, we touch wood, no injuries for anyone, especially him. But we look like we're going to get into the preseason and the practice games with a full bill of health, and then round one's not too far away, 2 months basically. 2 months in a couple of days, so not far off at all, Saners. So if we can get Max King fully fit in 2024 and our mids improve, which is already a focus. We've looked at what we've done at the trade period and where we've drafted. We want a stronger midfield. We want an even spread. We want more speed. That is only going to benefit someone like Max King. And although he only played the 11 games in 2023, I have to say that there were improvements in his game. Obviously his kicking, 28 goals, 12 is already a good sign. But the way that he was leading towards the ball, his body on body, but his movement, I thought at times was a lot better. Obviously there were big patches of games and people will comment and say, well, there's games where he doesn't tackle Jake. He just stands there and he lets people run past. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. You see that with every forward. I don't see Charlie Curnow chasing all day, but he's kicking bags, and that's perfectly fine, and Carlton fans will happily take that. Obviously, that is a focus for a Ross Lyon team. You want a bit more pressure from your bigs, but at the same time, I am seeing that he's actively thinking about patterns. He's thinking about ways that he can go about beating an opponent, whereas before, it was just put it on his head and hope. I think if we can improve our midfield, I think if we play a quicker brand of football, and I haven't mentioned this, but I think we've got more options in the forward line now that can help, I guess, deflect attention off Maxi. When he first came in, we really had Membry, and that was it. And it was basically obvious. It was just too obvious that Max King was always our target going inside 50. But now, I think with the rotations that we've got down there, with Cooper Sharman that could play more time down there, Mitch Owens can play more time down there, Jack Hayes, if fully fit, can go down there, Rowan Marshall can rotate through the ruck there. Obviously, Tim Membry's back, and that's really good news to see him training and committed to 2024. He's an option down there. Filippo, not to mention, can go down there and kick a couple of snags and has size. There are a lot of 6'2" players that we can throw down there now that really make it a hard matchup for anyone that's on Max King, because there's going to be times where you want to run off him and you want to impact another contest, but that obviously then leaves him available. And if he's ready to run and jump at it without any sort of body on body from a defender, he's marking it 99 times out of 100. And I just looked back on some of his highlights in the lead up to this video to just look at the quality of player that he is when he is on. And it's just scary. It's just scary how good he is, when he's on. When he gets that run and jump and he's kicking straight, there's literally nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. You need to stop him is to hope that he's not in form. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very hard matchup for him. And now that he's got that size that he's put on over the last couple of pre-seasons, the one-on-ones that he used to probably lose more times than not across the first 2 or 3 seasons of his career, they're going to start breaking even, 50-50s. He's going to be flying for more contested marks, which in 2020 he was already top 5 in the comp in his first season. It's just going to be a terrifying prospect for anyone that plays on him. And I think that if we're going to make finals and we're going to do something this season, Max King has to have a top 5, top 6 in the Coleman. Yeah. And considering he played the 11 games, he averaged, 2.6 goals a game, which was, I think, equal or second to only Charlie Kerner, who won the Coleman over the span of a full season in terms of averages. If he can get a full season, 50 goals plus should be an easy target. He's already done it once before, and I think that was off the back of more of his own work. But if the team itself can improve and give him better delivery, and he can improve his leading patterns and kick straight, obviously there's all these things that need to align, he's in for a massive year. So I'm really, really excited to see how Maxi develops in 2024. I think a fully fit and firing Max King throughout an entire season is our biggest asset. Our biggest asset. He just changes games. And we've seen that against Richmond. We've seen that against Geelong. We've seen that in multiple games in his career already. When he's on, give him 10 minutes and that's 3 goals. And the game changes. So we need a fully fit Max King if we want to be a serious contender this season. And so far, we're getting a fully fit Max King. We've got another month or 2 to go before round 1, but so far so good. So I pose it to you, Saints fans watching. How many goals does a fully fit and firing Max King kick in 2024? Put it in the comments and let me know. Anyway, guys, thanks very much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you very, very soon. But as always, go you mighty Sainers. See you guys.